focus on hitting your goals in every area of your business. Remember, the universe rewards the bold. A leader has to take the risks.
Going to take a couple of minutes today and talk about how champions make do or die commitments. Look, I'm actually reading out of the Steve Seibold 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. One of my favorite, ever favorite books. And so what I want to do is I want to take some time to kind of dissect some of his words, kind of interject my own, kind of do a little review on some of the chapters of the book and kind of get your thoughts of what you think about the book and if it applies to the business that you're in. I think it applies to almost all businesses. I think it applies to anybody that's an entrepreneur, anybody that's extremely motivated to have a better life across the board, better health, better wealth, you name it. And so I think we're going to be able to have some fun. I want to do this over a course of a few videos and hit on a few really important topics that I think you might enjoy. So let's dive right in. I want to start with the quote. It's chapter 14, Champions Make Do or Die Commitments. You cannot keep a committed person from success. Place stumbling blocks in his way, and he takes them for stepping stones. And on them, he will climb to greatness. Take away his money, and he makes spurs of his poverty to urge him on. The person who succeeds has a program. He fixes his course and adheres to it. He lays his plans and executes them. He goes straight to his goal. He is not pushed, this side and, pushed to the side. And that every time a difficulty is thrust in his way, if he can't get over it, he goes through it. That's George Gilder. And I think that we can all agree that winners, they just always figure out a way to make it work. Instead of, complaining, instead of feeling like a victim, having that mental defeatist attitude, instead they think, wait a minute, okay, it can't be done this way. It can't be done this way. It can't be done this. I tried this. And they just keep trying until, and again, if you can't go over it, you go through it. You figure out a way. And so he talks about if there was ever one word that defined the champion, the word would be commitment. And I'm, talking now, and I think that the first step to winning in anything is making that total commitment, giving it everything you got to get to the goal. And obviously, we all have goals. We all have things that we want to achieve and we want to accomplish and things that we really want to do, that are just kind of in our heart, in our soul. We're just committed to it. And that's the difference. It's the commitment. It's that white hot desire of commitment that makes you kind of do things that, most people won't do. That's when you're the leader, is when you're willing to do things that other people are not willing to do. This is what separates you from the masses. And that's why inevitably, when you do win, when people look at you and they say, oh, you were lucky. Oh, I wish I had all the things that you had. And oh, I wish I would have got started when you got started and all that bullshit, right? This is the reason why you won it was the commitment. You were just more committed than anybody else. And so, he then proceeds to say, when everyone else is tired, exhausted, and burned out from the battle, because business is a battle, the great ones are just getting warmed up. They're just getting started, because we know that winning is a lot of work, and you're going to have to fight some battles, and you're going to have to do some things that maybe you just don't want to do. And sometimes you get tired, sometimes you get exhausted, sometimes you get burned out, But the winners, they're just kind of just warming up. They're just getting started because they know that the failures are what's getting them ready, because they know what happens after failure is success. We know that. We already figured that out. We don't quit. We don't give up. We just keep going until the job gets done. And so that's why they say that the winners are just getting warmed up. It's because they know better. Come on. I mean, we've all seen all the biographies in the world, right? What do they talk about? They talk about, well, the first thing is you grow up and, you have maybe a poverty-stricken life or whatever the situation was. And then they end up, doing something and having success. And then they get beat up, right? And then after they get beat up, they try again and they succeed, and then they fail again and they go bankrupt or something. The story's always great when you hear these stories of success, because the winners, they just don't stop until they win. And then he says it's not that they don't fatigue. It's not that we get tired, but their commitment to the dream keeps them going. You see, average people think it would be nice to achieve their goals as long as it doesn't, get too uncomfortable or what? Or painful. Okay, if it's painful, if it's uncomfortable, if it hurts, if I have to sacrifice, oh shit, forget that, man. I mean, there's no way. Like, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to have to suffer at all. I don't want any of that pain. I don't want to feel anything that's uncomfortable. I mean, again, that's why you see these people that they sit around on their couch all day and they complain about what they don't have. They complain about, they say, hey, I wish the government would give me more money so that it would be simpler and easier life for me. They don't understand economics. They don't understand that you can't just keep printing money forever. They don't understand that governments are not there to take care of you. They're there to protect you. That's what the government was built for, is to protect our safety against foreign entities or governments. They're there to provide an infrastructure. They're not there to take care of you. They're not there to make sure your life is perfect and comfortable from birth till death. The government is there to allow you opportunity to make your dreams come true. But the champions realize that it's going to be painful, that it's going to take time, that it's going to be work. And again, it's not that champions don't recognize pain, because they have made a commitment to do whatever it takes to win. They feel that pain. They do recognize it. The commitment just keeps them going. It's just, when I look back at my life and I think, first of all, I'm so lucky that getting in business at 21 and finding some really good mentors to kind of raise me up and to help me, achieve my dreams. And I'm also lucky that I picked a company that was very successful and they had a lot of successful people. I love the fact that I was able to build a business where there was a lot of passive income. There was a lot of reoccurring income. And so, yes, it was work. It was hard work. I was focused. I was committed. I did all the right things in the early days. But I'm lucky that I even had the opportunity. I feel grateful inside that I had the opportunity to even have a chance to be successful. Because look, I could have been born in any number of 100 countries that have no opportunity, that the governments are corrupt, that they steal your property, they take away your businesses, you have no freedom, you have no choices. I mean, how scary is that, to live in a country where you're born and you just know that you're going to be a government worker, or you just know that you're going to have to sweep streets or be in the military or something like that's it. Like that's all you have. I mean, if you try to become a business, it's communism. They take away your business if they don't like your business, if they don't like your opinions or whatever, they take away your opportunities. And so thank God we were born, you and me, in countries, hopefully if you're listening to this in North America, that we at least have, some freedoms and choices and options to be able to make our grandest desires a reality. How cool is that, right? So he goes on to say, amateur performers make a commitment and approach it like a hobby. And that's what I see even in my business. I see this a lot because we do offer people a chance to start part-time in our business. And I see people that it's sad, it's maddening and saddening that because they're amateurs, because they're just starting, because they're just getting, they've never read any books about winners, or they've never studied champions, or they've never done things like that. And it's kind of sad because they approach it like a hobby. And of course, when you approach something like a hobby, then you're probably not going to get all that you want out of it. I mean, I've never met anybody that is, that takes things lightly and, takes things unseriously, and they go on to be super successful. I mean, do you know anybody like that? I bet you don't know anybody like that has that sort of, feeling of, I just want everything to be easy. And if it gets hard, I'm going to quit. And, come on, let's be honest here. We're all adults. Most of us watching this, although you probably should share this with your kids. I mean, we're adults. I mean, grow up. Winning is hard. Winning takes commitment and discipline and desire and high performance and high skill. I mean, nothing good comes easy. See, professional performers, he says, they make a commitment and approach it like a war. They know that they will have to endure an unknown level of suffering along the road to victory. Did you hear what he just said? He said suffering. That's kind of a scary word, right? Suffering along the road to victory. Now, I know that you look at these little quotes on Instagram and Facebook, and they look so, pretty and nice. And it says, well, just be joyful all day. Just be grateful all day, and your dreams will come true. This is the issue. I want you to be grateful. I want you to be happy. I want you to be excited. I want you to desire. I want you to have it. But look, if you can't handle some suffering along the way, if you can't handle the early mornings and the late nights and the discipline and the focus, there is no chance for you. See, amateur performers always question the price they have to pay for success. I had this guy, he said, man, if I don't make it in 6 months, then, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. Like, I have to get rich now. I had another person not too long ago tell me, where can I invest today to make $10,000, right? I need to make $10,000 today. And I'm not saying it's not possible. There are ways that you can make 10 grand a day, but based on your situation, you don't have a lot to invest right now. So having a $10,000 return in a day may be a little bit difficult when you don't have anything to invest. That's a challenge. See, the amateurs, they question the price. They're always thinking, well, if it's hard, then I'm not going to do it. I want to find something that's easy. I need a get rich quick scheme. I need something that's going to be easy, that's going to be fast, that's going to be quick. And if I can't have it fast and quick and it's going to be super successful, then forget it. I don't want to do that. See, that is the thinking of 95% of the world. And that's why 95% of the world is broke. And they are living paycheck to paycheck. And if you don't start toughening up your mind and start developing a strategy of mental toughness and understanding that the road is going to be hard and there is going to be a price to pay. I mean, they say champions pay whatever price it takes to win. This small difference between the champions and the amateurs, this small difference in mental strategy makes all of the difference in the world. Commitment is more about a decision to do whatever it takes to succeed than anything else. Yet only the pros seem to be able to get themselves to make those decisions. And so I think we're getting this now. I think we're getting the fact that the road to victory is going to be hard. And there is going to be sacrifice. There is going to be suffering. There is going to be some, you're going to get beat up a few times. There's going to be some failures. There's going to be some rejections. That is okay. Be okay with that. Like, know the game already. Okay, if you play baseball, when you hit the ball, you're not going to get on base every single time. You just understand that. You know that you're probably going to get 3 hits out of 10. And if you did that, you're like one of the greatest that ever lived. You know that. You already know that. When you decide to play baseball, you know that if you're a tennis player, you're not going to win every match. You're not going to win every serve. You're not going to win it's just not going to happen that way. You're going to lose sometimes. People are going to tell you no. If you're in sales, you're going to get rejection. That is okay. Accept it. Be okay with it. It's not that big of a deal. You're not a bad person because you got to know. You're never a bad person, by the way, okay? You're not a bad human being. You're a great human being. You're motivated. You're watching this video right now because you're motivated. You want a better life. You want a chance to change your life. You're trying to get your mind right now. This is the beginning. So these are some action steps I want you to take today. And I'm going to always give you some action steps. Make a list of the 5 most important things you're committed to in your life, right? Are my habits and actions, right? Ask this question yourself. Are my habits and actions and behaviors congruent? Congruent means, do they match? Okay, are they on the same level, same frequency here? Okay, are they matching with your commitment? So, like, for example, you say to me, all right, I want to make $1 million in the next year. That is certainly possible for anybody that wants to do that. Not everybody's going to do it, obviously, but it's certainly possible. There's been a lot of people in the world that have made $1 million in a year. So look, I want to make $1 million in a year. So now, if you're telling me you want to make $1 million in a year, what are you doing to make that $1 million a year? Are you on the phone constantly making calls? Are you DMing every day like crazy? Are you making content and building your content so that you can get your name out there so people can become attracted to you and want to go into business with you? I mean, there's so many things that it's going to take for you to make $1 million. Are you investing your money? Are you living below your means? Are you, teaching other people when you get results? Are you teaching them what you're doing so that you can create duplication in your business? Like, is this something that you're doing consistently? Or are you watching a lot of Netflix? Or are you watching a lot of movies? Or are you, playing around too much? Are you playing too much golf? I didn't have my own set of golf clubs till I was making $500,000. I'm not even playing with you. Some of you golfers will laugh at me, but I played golf and so I was making $500,000 at about 28 years old. But I played golf all my life. And my dad, he got these golf clubs. He used to be a part of the grocery industry. And he got these golf clubs from a tournament that he played at. And they were Pepsi golf clubs, okay? They said they had the logo Pepsi on there, okay? And I was so adamant about making $500,000 a year. Well, really, my goal was to make $1 million a year, but that was where I decided that I was going to go buy myself some decent clubs. I'd saved $1 million at that time, so I figured I'd go splurge on a nice set of clubs. And but I played those from 21 starting a business all the way up. Anytime I didn't play a lot of golf at that time, but anytime I went to play golf, I played golf with Pepsi clubs. Okay, and so my commitments were congruent with my goals. My goals were here. My commitments were here. I was willing to sacrifice. I was willing actually to get laughed at when I played golf with somebody. I was like, seriously? He's got Pepsi clubs? And so because I was so committed, I did not want to get my own clubs because I didn't want to be Mr. Golfer. I didn't want to play golf every day because I had a commitment to, so again, the choice is yours. You get that choice. It's your life. You get to decide how you want to live it. Do you want to make a lot of money, be super successful? If that's the game for you, then you're going to have to give up some stuff that you like doing right now. I get it. But I miss some weddings. I miss some birthday parties. I miss some stuff. Right? I wasn't at every game with my kids in the way early years. I missed some things. I miss Saturday mornings with my kids because I was at Saturday morning training. Now again, life's a little bit different because we don't necessarily do some of those things anymore because of Zoom, and we're very, technology driven today. I mean, I used to have to drive an hour each way sometimes in traffic to get to an appointment. And then they sometimes wouldn't show up. They would not be there at the appointment. So I'd have to turn around and go all the way back home with no results. It happened to me 1,000,000 times along the way. Now it's kind of nice because we have Zoom and we can get right on Zoom and do appointments. But look, the point I'm trying to make is that I'm willing to do whatever it takes. That's the question I want you to ask yourself right now. Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Now, if you are, get ready for a great life because you're the top 1%. You're the top 2% of the world that's willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals and dreams. And but I want to end with this, okay? As I close this out, and I just want you to know that it's worth it. The dreams, the goals, the freedom, the choices. I mean, look, traveling the world. I've been to great places around the world. South Africa and Brazil and Thailand and Canada and all over the United States, almost every state in the United States. To be able to do all of that, to be able to impact people, to have that feeling of significance, the feeling of making a difference, the feeling of growth, the feeling of variety, the feeling of, all these human needs that we all have. I mean, to be able to achieve all of those things and our business is kind of like golf in a way, in the sense that you get to play it as long as you want to play it. And you get to play it as much as you want to play it. At 28 years old, I said, look, I'm semi-retired. I've been semi-retired since I was 28 years old. And that was just the choice that I made because I wanted to travel. I wanted to spend time with my kids. I wanted to do all the things that I want to do. But I had that choice. I had that ability to do that because paid the price for that first 7 years that I was in business. I just want you to know you have that ability. You have that chance to change your life as well. Imagine paying your bills on the first of the month. I mean, I don't have to worry about money. I've been financially independent many, many times. Huge net worth today. To be able to wake up in the morning and know that all your bills are paid on the first of the month. How would you feel if that happened to you? And so if you're one of those people that are thinking, oh man, I want that too. Let's connect, right? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Why not? Me and you, let's have a real conversation. I'll have you book on my Calendly. I'll have you book an appointment with me, and then we'll have a little conversation. I don't know if this is for you. I don't know if my business, maybe I could even just guide you to another business. I don't know. Maybe I'll guide you to something that's better fitted for you. But let's at least have a conversation. Maybe, just maybe, me and you might become really, really good friends. And if we become really, really good friends, me and you could start helping each other in some way. Shoot, even if you're in a different business, maybe I can guide you in that other business. Maybe I can help. Look, just as friends, just as a couple of people that know each other, let's connect. Let's build a relationship. Let me help you to some of your goals and dreams. I've done it before. I can do it again. I've helped people before. I can help you. I know that 100% I can help you. So let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Hey, look, like I always close out my podcasts or YouTubes or videos or whatever, I always just say, look, dream bigger. Stop dreaming small, dream bigger than ever. Make sure you get after it because that's the action. And then just do it now. If you're going to take action, do it now. God bless you. I'll see you at the top.